Hi there, welcome to today's seminar. My name is Tina Bishai and I am the founder of Golden Healings. And I'm so excited that you're here with me today because I want to share some information with you that you may not fully know or understand yet. And it's about how you can create massive leaps in your own energetic vibration. And I know we're all interested in this topic because we are all sitting here working diligently on manifesting our goals and our visions. So I hope you'll enjoy today's topic and take advantage of the offer that I have for you. Okay, there we go. So I wanted to share with you, what is energy? I know we've all heard Bob talking about frequencies and how our C-type goals are on a different frequency than we are. So if you remember his slide where there's lots of lines and our C-type goal is up here at the top and perhaps our frequency is down here, and the closer we get to our goal means that our energetic frequency changes to match that goal. So I share that with you because as a reminder, basically, that we are vibrating molecules of energy, creating our own reality. And that is super exciting information for all of us here today. I don't know if you've ever heard of energy medicine, but I want to share the definition of this with you because it's important for what we're going to speak about through the seminar. If I take the heart definition, the right brain definition of energy medicine, it is that energy is your body's magic. It is your life force. You keep it healthy and it keeps you healthy. If you are sick or sad, shifting your energies feels good. And when you care for these invisible energies, it makes your heart sing and your cells happy. And that's a quote from Donna Eden, who's well known to be one of the founders of energy medicine. And if you're more technical, I want to give you the left brain definition as well. And before I go on to read that, just to share a little bit, basically any kind of physical or emotional disturbance or dis-ease in our body first starts in our aura or our energetic field. And it's always starting there, but nobody ever seems to address it, really. We always address the physical and emotional body, but what about our energetic body? This is where dis-ease starts. So the left brain definition hopefully will make more sense to you now as I read it. Conventional medicine at its foundation focuses on the biochemistry of cells, tissues, and organs. Energy medicine at its foundation focuses on the energy fields of the body that actually organize and control the growth and repair of cells, tissues, and organs. Changing impaired energy patterns may be the most efficient, least invasive way to improve the vitality of organs, cells, and psyche. And that's a quote by Dr. David Feinstein. So I wanted to share both with you just to give you a little idea of what energy medicine was all about. And I'll share with you a little bit more later why this is important to our topic tonight. So before we go on, I want to also share who I am and what my story is so that you can get to know me a little bit better and you know who you're listening to. And also to share what my mission is because it totally relates to you and what your mission is as well. I created actually a little video and I hope you'll enjoy watching this.
Hi there, I'm Tina Bishai from Golden Healings, and I help people who haven't yet reached their fullest potential to be empowered, renewed, and energized so that they can thrive and experience a more joyful, healthy, and abundant life. Please allow me to share my story with you so that you can get a better idea of what I mean. As a child, I was always taught that education was important. So 3 degrees and 9 years later at university, I come out with a degree in human biology, 1 in physical therapy, and then a bit later on, a master's degree in business administration. I become this successful corporate executive, a chief operating officer of a division of a healthcare company. I'm newly married and I give birth to my 2 beautiful children who are 14 months apart, all in a relatively short period of time. Sounds great, right? Not at all. I already begin working again from home the day after I give birth, and then I head back into the office only 6 weeks later, working in an office for 12-hour days, closing my office door to pump breast milk to a machine so I can bring milk home for my newborn. I feel like a horrible mother. I'm completely unfulfilled and just feel trapped because of my life circumstances. By 2013, the government that funds the program we are delivering through the healthcare company I run makes significant cuts. I personally tell 800 of the 1,100 staff we have working for us that they are all fired. And within a couple of weeks' time, they are out of a job and an income. Now, you may be wondering what all this has to do with you, but here's the connection. After that experience in my life, I decide there has to be more to life than this. I leave my job and stay at home for a while. I spend time with my children and basically recover. And then I start doing something different. I start following my heart. I always love energy medicine, so I try Reiki and become a Reiki master, and that doesn't do it for me. And then I learn about the healing art of a shaman, and I am intrigued. My family thinks I've lost my mind, and I have no clue how this will ever equate to a job, but I just love it so much. I decided to keep learning and studying over 3 years. Since then, I've truly had miraculous results with children with autism and ADHD. My own daughter, who experienced signs and symptoms of autism when she was younger, is now thriving, and there are no hints of any difficulties she has. I knew that this work was powerful and could transform lives, so I started seeing clients that I would meet for distant energy healings. You know, I still didn't know how to get the word out though, and in the meantime, I joined the Thinking into Results program with Bob Proctor and Danielle Amos as my coach. And then something magical happened. A client of mine is in Hawaii at Bob's seminar and happens to be sitting across from a spiritual leader named Her Holiness Sai Ma. They start to talk and my name comes up, and my client had such a wonderful result with the energy healings that I provided to him that he starts telling her all about me. Can you imagine that? I had been putting it out there that I wanted to be of greater service to others, that I could help, and then this conversation happens. I couldn't even think this up to happen. Now, this woman is a spiritual leader, a master of energy, and she takes my name and we connect by phone. She tries some of my healings and then recommends my energy healings to her monks and nuns. And soon after, I start seeing many of the followers in her community. And today I see clients from all over the world, from over 7 countries, of whom I provide distant energy healings to. The States, Canada, England, Chile, Australia, Japan, and India so far. I have the absolute pleasure of working with people who are enlightened and understand that as human beings, we are so much more than just a physical and emotional body. We are also energetic beings. And when there is any kind of disturbance in the body, there is a need to heal the energy body to help improve both physical and emotional challenges that are faced. Now, this may sound a bit foreign to you, or maybe not. Maybe you've heard about energy medicine or energy healings. But either way, wouldn't it feel wonderful to give yourself that boost? You're already working diligently on your mind and your goals through Thinking into Results, and many of you are mastering your physical bodies as well. But how many of you have a regular routine for your energy body? What would you do with a higher energetic vibration? With the impact on your physical and emotional body, your energy body would be thriving, which means your energetic vibration would also be higher. And that means you would more easily attract and manifest in your life. For myself, I practice this work each and every day, and I'm super excited to share energy work with you. I'm so glad you're with me today at this seminar so you can learn more. So pay close attention because I know you're listening for a very important reason.
So thank you so much for listening to that. I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea of my background and my story. And I think it gives us a better connection too, because now you know who you're speaking to. So now that you know about me, I want to focus on you now and what your goal is. You know, it may be to be happy and healthy or the best version of you that you can be. It might be to attain certain goals in your life or to continually grow and love and expand and learn. And of course, we know that Bob teaches us to train our thoughts and emotions and habits in a direction that serves us. And he actually very openly speaks about how we are spiritual beings in a physical body and that we have three facets: spiritual, our mind or intellect, and our physical body. And so how this relates to energy is spiritual being is interchanged with energetic being, because when I think of a spirit inside of a body, that's how a person has their energetic field and their aura. When the spirit is not in a person's body, they don't have that. There is no aura. So you can easily interchange spiritual and energetic. Okay? So here are the three main areas that we just spoke of. And the point of this diagram is really for you to see how there's overlap. So they're not separate circles that make us up. They're actually intertwined and actually impact one another. So, you know, we all know that if we want to lose weight and get strong, we go to the gym and we're working out our physical body. And we know that if we want to manifest in our lives, we do programs like Bob's, Thinking into Results, because we're strengthening our mind, our will, and our focus, and all of those beautiful faculties. And what do you do for your spiritual and your energetic body? And I want to be really clear here. I'm not talking about religion. That's something outside of ourselves. This is something within you for your own spirit or energy body. So if I were to, pick a picture off of the internet to show you what a person's aura looks like, this is what a clear human aura looks like. So, Bob often talks about how you can sense a person and what they're up to, or, their vibe, basically, because he reads energy. And so this gives you a visual of that energy that Bob would be reading. But I guess the question is, what does your energy field look like? And what I say to you is, well, when's the last time you showered or brushed your teeth? And you might think that's such a dumb question because, of course, we do that 1, 2, 3 times a day, especially for brushing our teeth. But the point of this is, Western society doesn't really have a practice that we engage in on a regular basis to keep our energy field clear. What do you do to keep your energy field clear on a regular basis? And I share that with you because many ancient cultures, especially shaman in the Andes, they have a practice that they engage in every day to keep their energy field clear. And that practice to them is like showering or brushing their teeth. So they don't go anywhere because it would be like, oh, this person's energy stinks. Right? So it just gives you a little bit of an idea of, how important our energy field is. But unfortunately, for some reason in Western society, we don't really hear about it that much. And this is what I want to show you. We saw that beautiful, bright picture of a person's aura. That's a perfect aura. Well, guess what? This is our typical energy field because we're not used to working on our energy field. And so I know Bob has also spoken to us about Kirlian photography for direct real-time viewing of the human energy field or aura. And this is that very same picture. So I've taken this off of a famous shaman's website, Sandra Ingerman, and she was able to actually use these gas discharge visualization cameras to capture a person's aura as she was doing experiments to show people. And she captured this woman's aura before she had an energy healing with a shaman. And what I want to show you here are that there are basically 3 layers to our auras. The blue represents our physical field, the pink represents our emotional field, and the gold outer represents our spiritual field. And you know what? This aura doesn't look so great. The fields are broken and they're inconsistent, and it really does indicate a deficiency of energy in all the areas, especially, her left hip. This person may have left hip pain. She might have migraines. You can see she hardly has an aura on her right temple there. And you could kind of go around the aura and see each band is not full or vibrant at all. And I want to show you a pretty spectacular picture. And the next slide shows you the very same woman with the very same photograph, the Kirlian photography, showing the same energy field just a few hours after she had the shamanic healing. So she can see her aura has greater consistency in its flow. The colors are thicker and more vibrant and more spread out, and her aura is much wider. You can see she has much more of a protective barrier than she did before. So, it shows up as a fuller band of color for each field, less breaks, and it actually indicates a healthier state of being. So I show you this because I want to ask you, do you think this person is vibrating differently now than they did before in the previous picture? You better believe they are. And did this person change any of her thought patterns in between or now to receive this energy field? Not at all, right? She wasn't working on that. But imagine having this and then add on top of it the mind work that we're doing with Bob's program. And wow, what an ability to manifest and create in your life. So I want to show you these two pictures side by side, and just to emphasize that this is a before and after picture after one energy healing with a shaman, and it's a particular healing called a soul retrieval. And again, the picture is only taken a few hours after the healing. So, again, this is a person's energy field. It offers us protection, and it offers our physical and emotional body to actually act in the way it's meant to heal ourselves, to heal our body and our mind. And it has the full support of the energy body in this after picture to do just that. So I wanted to also share with you our thoughts, our energy. And we all know that, but there's this famous gentleman, Dr. David Hawkins. He wrote a book called Power versus Force. And he actually, through energy medicine and applied kinesiology, he measured different frequencies of emotions. So you can see on the left-hand side how it goes from the lowest frequencies with shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, and pride, all the way to higher frequencies on the right-hand side, which are things like courage and neutrality and acceptance and reason, love and joy and peace. And of course, you can see the highest frequency there is enlightenment. So how do we get that? And what do we do? And I know we're all working towards this because we're so specific in our training of the mind. I wanted to show you this as well. This is actually taken from Dr. Hawkins' map of consciousness. And it seems a bit overwhelming at first, but what I wanted to point out to you here are a few things. Start on the right-hand side of the diagram. You can see where he says power up at the top and force down at the bottom. And you can see in the middle, courage is actually the dividing point. Okay, so anything above courage gives you power, and anything below courage is force. And we all know that force negates, right? Whenever we have those emotions of force, nothing happens. In fact, it goes and works against us. But when we do have our emotions of power, that helps us to transcend and actually lift our energetic vibration. So, I say to you that this map of consciousness is like a ladder of spiritual enlightenment. And to me, it's fascinating because we can systematically work our way up through working on our mind, but we can also add energy healings to this to get to enlightenment. I've actually had some really spectacular healings happen where a person has asked specifically in their healings for enlightenment, and after 6 or 7 of the healings, she's received it. And so, this is, my healings are always kind of evolving, but I found that particular request for enlightenment and watching her receive it has been life-changing for me, because now I'm working on my own energy and my own energy healings specifically to gain enlightenment, because I know that that frequency is the highest frequency, and I know when I'm up there that I can attract and manifest so much more easily than if I have a lower frequency there. So I wanted to share that with you because this is also a world of maximum opportunity, right? Seeing this map of consciousness is really maximum opportunity, and I think that we can all take advantage. So I just wanted to share a couple other things that Dr. David Hawkins says. And I guess the one thing that I questioned to him, and many people would ask him, was, how do you get there? How do you get up to the top where we all want to be? And he says there are two ways. And it was actually interesting for me to hear, because it was much like Bob teaches us through Thinking and the Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And he said, well, first you have to have intense desire to reach God or source or oneness between us all, okay? And the second thing he said is we have to have a discipline to act with constant and universal gentleness and forgiveness, including our own thoughts of ourselves. So, I mean, this work is so fascinating because it's everything we're working on. And I share with you the work that I do because I really believe that we can exponentially reach enlightenment through these kinds of healings. And I want to share something else that I found really beautiful that Dr. Hawkins says. He said, it is only the illusion of individuality that is the origin of all suffering. And when one realizes that one is the universe, complete and one with all that is, forever without end, then no further suffering is possible. So it's that whole concept of, you know what, we're one. And every time we think we're separate or different from each other, then that's when our pain settles. But when we can think and really believe in our heart that we are one and we all have access to this universal love and universal oneness source or God, then that's just beautiful, because then again, this is a world of maximum opportunity for all of us. So I wanted to share that with you. I found it really exciting, and I hope it was helpful to you. And I just want to stress the importance of addressing your energy body. Again, we are spiritual, physical, and emotional beings, right? We go to the gym to work out our physical body. We might get counseling or therapy or do our own mind work to enhance our intellect and our emotions. And how many of us regularly do energy work for ourselves to enhance our spiritual bodies? And again, that's different from religion. They're not the same thing. So I wanted to impress upon you today that if we don't do the energy work that I just shared with you, we're actually missing a third of the solution to our challenges. Because working on your energy body and energy being, your aura and your energetic field, it can actually speed up your health and well-being and positive thoughts or paradigms that you're working on. So here they are again, reminding you that each area influences the other. They're not separate circles. They mesh, and one influences the other. So my offering to you is really all about, you know what, are you interested in learning what energy healings would benefit you? And if you are, interested in getting to that state of enlightenment so you can be at your maximum height, frequency, your maximum potential in terms of your energetic vibration, then let's ask. So as a shaman, I connect with my spirit helpers, my angels and guides, to gather information and to see what healings would benefit people. And I get that information and I share it with you. And I will do this with you on a free 20-minute consult. And I'll explain all of the healings that are suggested. And then if you choose to go ahead with them, you can. And so I just was so excited to share this information with you, because I know we're all working so hard on what we want to manifest and what our goals are. And I know we can all get there. And sometimes I just feel like, oh, if we just had that little boost, I feel like, we would also keep that motivation going. And so I'm super excited to share this with you today, and I hope it was helpful to you. And if you are interested, please go ahead and click the Calendly link. There you'll have access directly to my calendar, and you can book an appointment, and we'll take it from there. Thank you so much for listening to me today, and I hope that was helpful for you. I look forward to seeing you in the future.